Hello people, welcome back to the Pirate. Now I thought I'd start off this video just slightly differently to explain a few things which will be moving on backwards and forwards over the next few months on a separate note. It won't be part of the Pirate series, but I thought I'd show you how I'm going to put some of these costings together. And the first thing is I have things like this. Now this is a BMC 1.8 diesel. In a few weeks time we'll be talking about basically bringing this one out into the sunshine, getting that cleaned up, and that will be put on the market. It's a terrific engine. It's literally, this engine was, well, I'll put up a picture of where it came out from, but this engine was actually completely rebuilt about 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago, top to bottom, and basically everything about it was changed, but it sat in a boat for a long time, and it actually only done 45 minutes to an hour, and it was done. It was amazing. So this is one thing we're going to be looking at. It'll be like King Swift, it won't be part of the Pirate series, it'll be like King Swift 1.8 BMC, and that's what I'll just name it, something like that. And it'll be something I'm going to do, not every week, not like the Pirate, but we're going to start bringing some stuff in just a little bit, just to move things on, make things a bit more interesting. Right, let's move on. Cover this back up again. It's been sitting there for a year, another year. Cover it all back up. These blankets are brilliant, lovely. Yes, there's going to be some different videos put out, but it's basically just how some funds are going to be raised and stuff like that. You've got to remember, this channel, it's a non-profit project. I haven't explained the full idea of what I'm going to be doing with this vessel at the end, but I will do. There'll be a video on that. It's not so important at the moment. The most important thing at the moment is to get the project moving, and yeah, moving. My apologies for having a slow start over the winter time, but I've been very controlled by the weather, so I've tried to make it as interesting as possible. But today you'll see something on the boat which has caused me even more problems, which we need to solve before we can actually move on. So bear in mind, let me show you something else we're going to be doing in the next few weeks. Those of you who've watched the videos in the past have probably seen this a few times already, but in the next few weeks we will be putting this back in to use onto the river, which basically means sort of like de-winterizing it, and de-winterizing and bringing it back into use. And we give it a trip down the river. Again, it won't be part of the Pirate series, but it will be part of King Swift. And so hit your notifications, and these things will be coming up. I'm going to try and make it a little bit interesting. And on this one, I want to make it so people can see what it's like to basically travel on a boat, control a boat, maintain a boat, the costings involved and things like that. But again, we don't know the future of the Marksman yet. It was one I done a few years ago. It still needs some work doing to it, but it's a perfectly working, functional, comfortable, warm and everything boat. Unfortunately you can't see it in its full glory because of the cover. I just put it on for frost. It is absolutely waterproof. Right, let's move on. Now, my problem, let me show you. This is it's been a problem since day one, and we've got to deal with it before we do anything else. Let's have a look down here. Look at that, it's huge. And there's another one over there. These are the shower walls and the wood for the side service duct. So we've got to come, we can't move, and until we do that, we can't get to the sides or anything. At least we've then got some access, and over the next few weeks you'll see a massive rearrangement in here, because we need to start turning the aft of the cabin into the workshop to get into the front section cabin, so we can start looking at progressing with these, because you can't do anything with it. Big clear up, cut the wood, make some space. Oh, one other thing. Down here, I have a new idea of how we're going to do this. I'm thinking, rather than try and put a whole piece in, which I might have to take out again another day if I'm fitting something or want to get access. I'm going to do it in sections, and then I'm just going to put a thin ply over the top and overlap, or plastic, and overlap the section so I can actually unscrew a section and take it out if I need to, which will be handy when I'm doing the ductings, because it means I can unscrew them sections, drill a hole, put it back, bring the ducting through. It just makes it so much more easier to fit. Because I'm lazy, probably. I don't know. It's not because I'm lazy. I'm definitely not lazy. I don't think I am. Am I? I don't know. Right. Well, the big thing here is to measure. Now, the highest point of this wall is going to be here. So if I come all the way down, I want to be a bit oversized. That's 2 meters, so I'm going to make it 250. So I can trim down, because I can't guarantee I'm going to get a straight cut the way I'm having to do this today. So that's 250. And we know the door is going to be around here, so it's going to come up to that wall. We don't need to be exact, but it's going to be at least 110. In fact, it'll probably be 100. It'll probably be 1 meter. If we went for 1 meter, I think we'd be in the right place, and we can always cut it down a little bit later. Right, let's get some cutting done. Believe it or not, that's all. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's bigger than I thought. Now, yes, oh, I've got oak under my feet, I've got sapele under my feet, I've got everything under my feet. I've got everything here. This is oak. Get it to it now. I have to move it all again soon. Oh, it's a lovely bit of sapele that. Oh, lovely. This is the sapele for the wheelhouse going on the tops. Oh, beautiful wood. It's a bit tricky because it doesn't want to go, so I'm going to have to cut off another little bit here, just here. We've got a bit of damage on this one over here, so that's me. I've just done that. So here we are, huge board about to disappear, and look at that, first time since. That's the first time I've ever seen that side actually open fully since it was in Ipswich. This one is basically going to be the more awkward to do because it has a slight curve, but we do want to come out here. I've just literally took an old tape measure and I've just cut it to just over 2 meters so it lays on the board, because nothing in this boat's going to be over 2 meters long. It's quite handy just to have that, and I can just lay it down, mark it up without worrying about it springing back, falling over and everything else. Okay, for those of you which have watched this all the way through, if you remember rightly, when I was taking out the wall in the galley, I said anything with shape on a boat, keep it, so it will come in handy. Don't throw it away, keep it to the end. And here's an example. This was the wall which I took out, the board, and we replaced it, didn't we? And there it is. It had tiles on. I much preferred that look, to be honest. But if someone tiled it 20 years ago, I don't know, whenever. But if you turn it round, this now becomes, we turn this camera up, if you turn it round, this now becomes a perfect cutting template for our wall. So, I mean, look at it, it's just perfect. We need to be just about here, just a slightly above, which is perfect. And then coming down to this section here. So this is our shape we need to follow. Now, end it there. Give it a go. Give it a little higher angle, and then we can work on that, trim it down a bit. Right, these are very short screws because it's going onto the outside. And I just want to follow that laser. I just want something to, just enough to hold it so I can then screw through, and this is our little temporary support for the wall. This piece, what we're seeing here, will actually be a really nice piece of hardwood in here in the corner. So these are just temporary battens to hold it in place so we've got the right position, which we have. And yeah, that'll be fine. It's a few little temporary just to build it out, because this wall, we need to move it around a little bit on the day. It's going to have obviously a frame, and it's a bit of a oak or something. But yeah, we're okay. So let's do the next one. Let me screw the board back. Just made up for the top section, just here. I've made something up where I can just adjust it where I want to. Just a simple little wooden trick, bit of trickery really. You slide it on there like that, and then I can just wedge that, and that should push it, and then I can sort of get it without using any screws. That stayed quite solid there, and then I can just literally push it in position like that. Okay, so now we have the floor removed. I do believe it's going to be a brute force job getting that board out. The screws are rusted. Yeah, there's our little drive shaft. There's the exhaust. Looks like we've got a water outlet. We've got another water outlet within that shelf here. I don't know what that's for. But yeah. Okay, let's get some tools. Basically a hammer and a chisel. It's split there completely. Oh dear. This is going to be an absolute nightmare. It's bonded in. I can tell you that now, and it's separated from here. Now these are bits of wood. Wait a second. I think I know how they've done this. I think these here will come out because I think they're rotten. No easy task. These things. This is gonna be. I don't know. Ah dear. Well, I might as well put the rubbish back in there because it's already tombed out of there. It's got to come out. Let's have a look. Underneath we have a steel plate, part of the boat, and I think this piece here, I think if I get my chisel in there, I might be able to get that loose and the whole thing will come out. This is awkward. Yeah, so I think it will. Look, there's movement. So we know what we can do. We can now cut these. We just cut it and we just prise it off. So we cut along here. We get a saw. It's getting a bit late at the moment because I've started, it's quite late. We get a saw and we bomb through it. Okay. I think measuring wise, I think just cut it out. We'll just cut it out. We use our very gentle tool to take little bits out, and then we'll clean the thing right up, and then we'll put some white paint around this area. It's warm enough to do that, so we can do that. And then we'll measure a new board, and we just basically put one in here. In fact, we could just do this now. Come on. I should have marked these. Heavy bits of wood. That's it. It's going to be brute force, I'm afraid. Saw. Out it comes. Out it comes. Sand. Well, it won't be sand, it'll be drill, wire brush, boom, all the way around. White paint everywhere. And then these. That away. Gotta get out of here. But hey, we have a wall. Now, the subscriber, I've mentioned it before, I think, whose idea that was, thank you very much. I hope you still subscribe. I hope you still view this channel. Here's your enlarged shower room. It's not going to be getting any bigger than that, so you're not having a bath. Anyway, great job on the service way, wasn't it? From the Helm panel to the battery bay, that went fantastically well. Not. That's how things go. That's how things go on the boat. That's you start something and then something gets in the way of it. And what got in the way were two massive 8x4 sheets which I had to cut for the bits I needed for there anyway. So I thought, you know what? Best decision ever. Let's cut these walls. Let's get rid of them. We've got a wide open space in the boat. Wide open. You know, we need to have a massive clear up. But I think now we can actually seriously start thinking what's going on to the sides of this cabin. And that has been a bugbearer since day one. Get a door frame ordered, and then we can see what's happening with this. But we're there, aren't we? We're getting there. Anyway, as always, thanks for everything. Please subscribe, give us a like or a comment. I'll always answer your comments. If you've got any more ideas, but like maybe a sauna next time, I don't know. And yeah, I will answer your comments. Take care, people. You're really doing this channel the world of good just by being there, part of this team. And this is part of my subscribers or even viewers. Yeah, it's you're all part of this project with me. Take care, have a great week. Thank you.